Today's video is actually not what I'd originally planned. I was going to do some colouring with Martin Saban-Smith's Intrinsic Colours. However, we've just come back from a weekend away, staying with some friends, and my friend gave me some cherry limbs and some oak limbs, which I've processed now, and he also gave me this great big 4.5 by 4.5 square lump of very dry oak. And they showed me like a salt pot, if you like, with a swivel lid made out of laminated oak, actually. And they gave me an idea, and my wife said, "Oh, I'd like to have one of those." So I'm going to go about making one today. So I've got no idea how I'm going to approach it. It's just up here in my head. So come along with me, and hopefully we'll end up with a nice salt pot with a swivel head in oak. Before we go to the lathe, I've received some more stickers, and as usual what I'll do, I'll put links to their relevant social media sites, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and relevant emails, etc. So the first one I got was from Stephen's 8x6 workshop, and he sent me this as well, which I thought was rather fun. And that is his sticker, which is really good, really like that. So all these will go up on the sticker wall. Then I got one from Freddie Beam, Popped Wood Art. Thanks for that, Freddie. Finally got one. And also from a friend of mine called Paul Hitchcocks from North Wales, Welsh. Was it? That's right, Welsh Wood Hut. Nice picture of the old Welsh dragon there, so that'll have pride of place as well on the sticker wall, and a nice business card as well. Thanks for that, Paul. And lastly, but by no means least, from David Lowe, RPT Woodturner. Thanks for that, David, I appreciate it. I have sent you some of mine as well, so unfortunately you'll have to stick them out in the outhouse or something like that. Thanks for that. And David, as I say, is a professional turner, so I'll put relevant links to his website, etc, etc. Well, thanks for that, everybody, much appreciated. So without further ado, we'll get on to the lathe, and we'll see how this emerges. So now that I've got the bowl part hollowed out, it remains to sand the outside and the rim and obviously the inside. Now the idea is I'm going to drill a hole into the rim, so the rim must be as flat as I can get it, and then the lid will have a corresponding hole, and then it will pivot like so to get to the contents of the bowl, whether it be salt or herbs or whatever. That's the idea. Okay, so I've finished off the inside of the lid. I've put one coat of Danish oil on, and as with the body, over a period of a few days I've put 2 or 3 coats of Danish oil on. So I'm going to spin it around into the button jaws now and finish off the top of the lid. It's just going to be plain, maybe have a little accent in it like this, and finish off the base of the body, and then drill the hole, insert the rod, so we have the swivel mechanism, if you like, of the lid. So this is sanded up now to 600. What I've done, I've just put a little spacer behind there. I'm not going to be running the lathe with this, just so that it's proud enough of the buttons that I can just get into the corners there, just on the edge, and then I can do it by hand. But for the camera, I just thought it might be better to do it this way, just to show you what it's going to look like. And as you saw, I put a couple of embellishments in there. Can't resist doing that, really, just to give it a little bit more of a character. So what I've decided to do is to have that as the front. So conversely, where the bug hole is there, in the middle of this here, I'm going to be putting this metal rod on which it'll swivel. So I'll do that. What I've done is taken a measurement where I want the hole, the centre of the hole to be, and then I will line it up as accurately as I can on the lid and bore a hole. And I intend to stick epoxy the rod into the lid, and then bore a hole in the body deeper than the length of the rod so that it sits on top of the rim. That's the idea. And then what I have to do then is drill a hole in the rim here, the corresponding distance from the diameter from the edge, and then that should hopefully swing as it is meant to. So here's the finished box. I'm very pleased with the way it's worked. It slides nicely, holding my finger there because there's another hole there, because yours truly made a bit of a mess. With regards to the measurements, the way I did the measurement was simply, I'm sure there are other ways, when I decided what I wanted the hole on the lid in proportion to the body, I took a measurement to the centre of that hole, made sure that this was at right angles to the side, and drilled a hole. That same measurement was then transferred to the body, but I think I must have been a little bit drunk at the time, and anyway it was off, but the second one is perfect. So the actual theory does work. So there it is, with the lid fitting perfectly, but unfortunately the grain not lining up. But never mind, we learn by our mistakes. But overall, I'm pleased with the overall result. Before I go, just to remind you that in November at Harrogate, the Harrogate show, I have, as I say, the pleasure of being on Simon Hope's stand, and I'll be demonstrating and generally making a fool of myself with Simon on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and the dates and links to the websites I'll put in the description below. And then next year in May 2018, don't forget, Makers Central. It promises to be a huge event. Makers and YouTubers coming from all over the world, big names, and it promises to be a really good time. Again, I'll put links to the websites, etc., to Makers Central, and you can see exactly what's on offer for you there. Well, thanks very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers now.